Hey, welcome to Dream Aloud with Kendra. It's a podcast for Black women who want to live limitless lives. Be inspired by others who have dared to step outside of their comfort zone to live their hopes and dreams and passions. Now let's get started because life is way too short not to live the way that you want.
Hi, everybody. Good afternoon. I only have one guest this Tuesday, so it's not a two for Tuesday, but it's a special guest. She's my bonus daughter, and she came to me about 11 years ago, already full grown. And we all know that we don't want the teenage daughter. So I got the full grown, already raised and raised well stepdaughter, bonus baby. I want to introduce to you Mrs. Diona Faulkner. Welcome to my second act series. You are the first person under 40. So you're my first woman who pivots under 40, doing your thing. And I'm so proud of you.
Ooh,
So welcome to the series,
thanks.
kicking off the under 40 set.
Hi, everyone.
So Diona has had a plethora of jobs, working in different fields, but she's found her passion, and we'll talk about that last. But she has taken her talents and everything that she knows to do and created a way to make a living that she loves. And so when I met you, you were like what, 21? I think you were 21.
Uh,
Yeah, somewhere 21,
I'm
22.
just gonna
And
say
you're
I was 19.
okay. She's afraid of being old, but I just said she's under 40. Anyway, anyway, she was always artistic and doing drawing and doing all kind of stuff and baking here and there. But you worked at the state school and you
Hmm.
were taking care of your clients there as a
Yes.
CNA.
I was a HSA, human services assistant.
Okay.
Basically, it's almost like a CNA, but not quite. Um, I basically, did any and everything for them that they weren't able to do for themselves.
Okay. Okay. And then a few years in, you hurt your shoulder and got released to your destiny, right?
Yep. That pushed my business even more. Granted, I got hurt, but it made me grow my passion even stronger for cake decorating.
So, how did you get into cake decorating?
Well, before my grandfather passed away, I sat and I spoke with him in regards to working in the culinary field. And I told him that I wanted to go to culinary school. And he told me, he said, whatever you want to do, you can do it. Just go for it. Um, and after talking to him a couple of times before his passing, um, he pushed me a little further to just go for it. And once he did pass, I said, you know what? After speaking and listening, and thinking about everything that he did tell me, I just said, I'm just going to do it. I'm going to do it. And from there on, my business grew.
So, she talks about her grandfather. That's my fabulous father in law, who's a wonderful man who always encouraged people and was very nice. So, you know, your grandfather had a big impact on your life, correct?
Big time.
And so, how is it to have someone who will just sit and encourage you and tell you that you can do anything? You start believing that you can, right?
Yeah, I mean,
And you can.
yeah, it's a great feeling. He believed in me more than I actually believed in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And he pushed me further and he told me, because when I would bake cakes and stuff like that and bring it over to him or my grandmother, I remember the one time, I'll never forget it. It was my grandmother's birthday. I had made her a cake. It looked like a hat, and it had all these small cupcakes around it. And we were singing happy birthday to her. And my grandfather was sitting at the kitchen table, and he's just sitting there. He said, "Oh, those cupcakes sure look nice." My grandma said, "You want one, don't you?" He said, "Well, that sure would be nice. I mean, they sitting right here." So she said, "Go ahead, you can have one." So he ate one. He just threw the whole cupcake in his mouth. He said, "Man, that's good." He said, "But you know something? I didn't get a chance to taste it." She said, "Yes, you did." So my grandma gave him another one. And from there on, he just told me, he said, "Keep going." He said, "This is really good." He said, "You really did a good job." He said, "And I can see this is something that you like to do." He said, "You've been drawing ever since you were a little girl, so why not?" And from there on, I just grew for it even more.
So when did you learn that you could draw?
I was 5 years old when I started drawing. And my passion for drawing, it led me all the way through high school and even in college.
And then you use those talents to decorate your cakes.
Yes.
So tell us about your business and these cakes.
Well, I started my business when my son was 4 years old. He will be 15 on the 17th of this month. And I'm still currently baking, still to this day. But I've improved a whole lot, like drastically. Um, and on my son's fourth birthday, I had said to him, I said, "Well, I don't know if we're going to do anything for your birthday." He said, "It's okay, mommy. I just want some cupcakes." So I went in the kitchen, I used whatever I had in there, and I made him some cupcakes. The happiest kid I have ever seen in my life for 4 cupcakes. He was super happy. And from there on, I said, "You know what? I could do this." I started watching Cupcake Wars and Cake Boss, sitting down with my husband, watching the television, and that pushed me even further. And after speaking with him and telling him about the conversation with my grandfather, um, he also told me, he said, "You can do all of this." He said, "You draw." He said, "Everything that they're doing on this TV, you can do." So I pushed myself. And from my first cake to my cakes now have changed so much. Like, I'm so proud of myself.
Mhm.
It's crazy because, I never thought that I would even be able to believe in myself as much as I am now.
So you took a little step and learned to
Leap of
improve.
faith. So many people have told me that I wasn't able to do certain things and told me, "Oh, you can never do this and you can never do that." At one point, I was believing it, but
Mm-hmm.
after a while, I regained my confidence, speaking with my grandfather, talking to my husband, talking to my mother, even my father. It just pushed my confidence even more. And my mother always told me, "You can do anything that you put your mind to." And I stick by that.
So when you didn't have faith in yourself, you had a team of people cheering you on, pushing you forward. But now you've moved into a space where you can ignore the opinions of others. I
Yeah.
always say we're working to deliver ourselves from the opinions of others because it's only your opinion and what you think you can do. And now that you've taken this leap of faith and you started your business, how much business do you have? More than you can
Oh
stand?
my gosh. Yes. From when I started till now, like, my clientele is everywhere, like everywhere. I've done shipments for orders. I have people that drive from Virginia to come out here to meet me. Um, I've had people just send money just because, just believing in me. I had people tell me all the time, just out talking, you know, pushing me, telling me you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I just say thank you. I've been in a couple of competitions that I never thought that I would be able to do, and came in first place on each competition that I've done.
That is awesome. So you know to stop arguing with God and just go and move
Yeah.
forward. You don't have to worry about
I,
anybody else anymore because it's absolutely working for you. Now you have
yeah.
these pop-up holiday sales. Tell me some of the stuff that you sell during your holiday sales.
Well, I have Valentine's Day coming. I'll be doing chocolate covered strawberries. I'm now doing gourmet popcorn. I just recently started that, so I'll be launching that soon within the next couple of days, maybe even today. I have it's like a breakable heart. It's got like all different kind of treats in the inside of it with wine, and 2 shots, strawberries. I have hot cocoa bombs. I've got a lot of things coming this year. A lot of things coming this year. I do know last year we did strawberries for Mother's Day. Out of this world. Out of this world. I couldn't believe it. I had so many orders that when I say I stayed up all night, my husband got off from work. He stayed up helping me finish my orders. And the day of that everything was due, I was still getting more orders in until the next day. So I've grown a lot, grown a whole lot. And I'm proud of myself. I can honestly say that.
So what's next for Dions Delight?
Right
For
now,
business.
trying to find a home for Dions Delights. Trying to find a restaurant or any type of building where I can call it my cake home.
So, but you're going to sell more than cakes because you just told me about your products. I thought you were just baking.
Yeah.
You're doing more than cakes.
I'm doing more than cakes. I started off with just making cakes and cupcakes. I now do cakes, cupcakes, cookies, brownies, Rice Krispie treats, strawberries, popcorn, cake pops, a lot of different stuff. Whole lot of different stuff.
So in addition to being a business owner, a baker, a culinary artist, you're also a mom, correct?
Yes.
So how you're working out with this, doing all your work and homeschooling and all of the other stuff?
It's a lot. It's a lot.
I don't envy you guys. I'm so glad my kids are grown.
Oh my gosh, it's so much, so much. One in high school, one in elementary school, and myself being in college.
So you're still in school? You're in college?
Yes, I'm finishing up to get my culinary degree.
Okay.
Granted, I did teach myself how to do everything that I know, but I want to get my degree to perfect my craft and to have my degree. I want my
a degree is a token to do some other things. So once it's one thing to be talented, take your gift and make it a talent out of it. But once you start adding all of those other things to it, it gives you the token to get on the bus and the train and plane, wherever people are going. You can also say, these are my credentials. Credentials aren't everything because you need to have talent as well. But
Right.
credentials and a talent always give you that leg up. So I want to say I'm proud of you, and I'm looking forward to your graduation day. You could actually teach because you are a good teacher. I watch you with your
Yeah.
kids. And so I know the little one thinks she's a baker too. She wants to be like mommy. And so you're teaching her. And then the bigger one likes to draw, and I see you working with him.
Yeah.
So you have endless direction, especially with a degree. Again, I don't emphasize a degree is everything, but
Right.
a degree is an added bonus that will take you places that not having a degree will hold you back. So, do you have any advice for a future baker, a future culinary student, or culinary guru? What would your advice be to them?
Anybody, I'm going to tell you this. You don't have confidence in yourself, start believing in yourself. Um, you feel as though you want to bake, you want to cook, you want to teach kids, you want to dance. You can do it. You can do it. Just like I said, when my son was 4, and after looking at everything, I really didn't think I was able to do it, but I put my mind to it. I prayed and I talked to God about it, and he pushed me the whole way. He pushed me the whole way, but you can do anything you put your mind to.
Mhm.
Never say never. Never give up.
So, you started with Chris's fourth birthday cake. You made a family reunion cake for my family. You made our wedding cake. You made your dad's 50th birthday cake. You made my 50th birthday cake. You made lots of cakes all in between there for family and friends and people you don't know.
Yeah.
So, but you have to start somewhere. So, I'm glad you got started. I am so proud of you and the things that you're doing. It's so it's rewarding for me just to watch. So I'm sure it's rewarding for you. And I'm looking forward to bigger and better things for you. So where can people find Dions Delights, and how can they reach you?
You can follow me on Facebook, or you can follow me on Instagram. Dions Delights is Deona apostrophe S Delights. I can be found on Facebook, Instagram. You can find my phone number also on Facebook. Um, I mean, I can give it
They
if
can
you'd
find it on
like,
Facebook.
but you can find it on Facebook.
So with you setting the 40 set up, the under 40, though the interviewees under 40, but still pivoting, I I just wanted to show people. So before it was like 40 and over, most of my interviews were 40 and over. Teaching people and showing people and inspiring them that if you started out on one path, you can make a pivot or two or three or four and do what you want to do. The younger generation, I think they you kind of instinctly know that you need to make pivots. There are no more 50 years at a job, 40 years at a job.
Yeah.
So you guys kind of pivot anyway, but I don't see a lot of people taking that big leap of faith. So what do you
Mhm.
say to people your age, younger, about going in one direction and decided this is not for me and I'm going to go another direction? You recommend
Well,
it?
if you have a passion for something else, if you're working like me, for instance, I was working in the healthcare field for over 10 years. And I'm going to say by my 12th year of me being in healthcare, I thought about it. I'm like, you know what? I make more money outside of healthcare,
Mm-hmm.
doing something that I love, and I got to come here, work 8 hours, and have to deal with somebody screaming at me all day. Workers that don't like to do anything. It's just after a while, it gets overwhelming. So if you feel as though that you have a passion for something else, go for it.
Follow your passion.
Go for
Live
it.
your dreams. And you don't
Go
have to quit
for
your
it.
old job to start.
No, just go for it.
Go for
Just
it
go.
and then figure out a plan on how you'll pursue it. There was a question that says, is there a website for her products? Hi, Yvonne Stokes. She gave it's tell them again where they can
You
get
can
your
find
products.
everything on Facebook. Right now I'm trying to figure out how to do a website to have all my product on there. I wanted to set up an app that way people could order off of it. But as of right now, you can find my product on Facebook or Instagram, Dions Delights.
Spell it again for them, please.
DEONA Delights, DELITES.
All right. I'm so glad you're my first under 40 interview. I still ask the same questions that I asked the older ladies. So the first question is, what is your favorite quote? Because you know I'm a quotes person, so I need to know what your favorite quote is.
Let's see. I have a bunch of them. But a favorite of mine, anything through Christ with strengthening me, which is to me, God is always first. He's always first. If you don't have him, then you have nothing. Um, he pushes me the whole way. So all I can say is keep faith in God. You have faith in God, you'll go far. You will go far.
Okay. So I'm just putting this in. Someone was still asking about your page. So I put in Diona's Delights. And so Philippians 4:13 is yours. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. And I always ask little brown girls, big brown girls, on whose shoulders do you stand? Because we didn't get where we are by ourselves. So who's holding Diona up, or who pushed Diona up? Who are you reaping the benefits of from their work?
My mother.
Mm-hmm.
My mom is self-employed, just as well as my father. But my mother has done everything for me. I'm starting to get.
It's okay. That's
Yeah.
why we asked this question. You didn't get here by yourself, and we should honor the people who have sacrificed for us. So go ahead and give her the honor that she deserves.
Yeah, my mother is everything. Like, she pushed me. She's my number one fan. Um, I can honestly say, if I didn't believe in myself as much as I did, she does. My mom pushes my business more than anybody that I know. Um, she has believed in me my whole life. She's always telling me, if you want to do something, just do it. Just do it. I got your back 1000%. Whatever you want to do, I got you. Just go for it. Just go for it. She said, you have the talent, you have the skill. You can do anything that you want to do. Just do it. She said, I love you, beyond, just far beyond. She said, I'm telling you, you want to do it, I got you. Just go for it. My mother has pushed me my whole life. She's pushed me for success. She's pushed me to be independent, to not have to depend on nobody but myself. My mother not to say it, but she's done everything for me. Like she worked 3 jobs to make sure I had a roof over my head. She made sure I had any and everything that I needed and ever wanted. So I have, she's everything.
Mm-hmm. All right. I'm sure she's proud to hear that. But that is the one question that I ask everyone: on whose shoulders do you stand? So 1, you can give them honor. 2, we can let everybody know that we didn't get here by ourselves. 3, to encourage other people to be some shoulders for someone else to reach their dreams and whatever it is that they want. So before we start crying and all of that good stuff, tell them one more time where they can get your baked goods and new things that are coming out, and hear about all of the products and services that you have.
I'm on Facebook and Instagram. My name is Deona, DEONA''S Delights, DELITES. You can find anything that I've ever done from the very beginning back in, I'm not sure if anybody wants to go back that far, but 2009, 2010. So you can find everything on there. Okay. Everything that I do, treats, cakes, cupcakes, cookies, any and everything is all on there.
All right, everybody, you've heard it from Deona. Visit Dion's Delight on Instagram and Facebook. She has a lot of flash sales, but you got to get there fast because they sell out really quickly. So the next thing that's coming up is for Valentine's Day and then Mother's Day. So you need to be online if you want to know what's available when. And I just want to thank you, my bonus baby, for being my first guest under 40 and being a courageous person who steps out on faith and makes the changes that she needs in her life. I wish you all the best. Again, we're going to celebrate when you get that degree, and I'm looking forward to seeing what comes next for you. I love you much, and I thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you for listening to Dream Aloud with Kendra. If you like the show, leave a review and tell a friend. I also invite you to join our Dream Aloud Facebook group, where we encourage and challenge our members to step outside of their comfort zone and live limitless lives. I guarantee you will experience true fulfillment when you live, work, and play your way.